Hello. So, over the course of, you know, 2 videos, I have made this early Great Lakes ferry in Stormworks, and it has been like 2 episodes, and I've been working on it and just making it look cool, adding finishing touches, and it's done. So, yeah, I'd like to show you all the things I've added. So, in the bridge, there's a steering wheel which actually steers, and then there's telegraphs, which actually go forward. They're in the full ahead position right now. Move them. Over here is the wireless right here. This is basically the radio. We have a desk lamp that doesn't work. And then these are just decoration pieces. We have deck lights and nav lights. Those are on right now. We also have a boiler master key, because sometimes you just want to start the vehicle quick and not go down all the way to the boiler rooms. And you also have a steam pressure gauge. Out on deck, I've added more cowl vents, air vents for ventilation, like public areas. Down here is the hatch to the boiler room, and over here is the stairs leading down to the deck below. We have life rafts here. This is 10 life rafts. These are actually a detail that I really like. So on old ships like this, there would be cupboards, and these cupboards would usually have flags in them. So I just use these empty item areas for those flag holders. Down here we have the stairs down. We have this railing here, just so that passengers don't go back here. We have mooring lines and a rope right here, and this massive bollard. I think that's how you pronounce it. More cowl vents. In here, there is just a bunch of beverages and stuff, like a little bar that the attendant would walk behind and sell stuff on this long ferry journey. There's a big old winch right here. Then here are the stairs that the deck above led down to. I've added all these deck lights, and it may look like the color around them is a mistake, but no. I made it look like an old deck-like image I saw on Google, with a little wooden holder, I guess you would call it, around it. In here, we've got the main seating area, big old tables, and then in here, we have just a little lounge. I'm pretty sure this is just you walk up here just in case you want to look out there or sit down in a different spot, but it's very small. Out on the front, there's a lot more deck lights. We've got more of these winch things. We've got the 2 anchors, another ballard, another winch. We've got a Canadian flag. There's an American flag, because this would go across Lake Ontario. And I don't know what cities, but just a thing. Again, the name for it, the Lake Ontario. I just chose that name just because it was something cool that came into my head, and I was like, oh, that sounds nice. As I was going to the stairs, I realized and remembered that I added these. These are just simple boarding gates that open up and let passengers aboard. Like a gangplank going up. Now we've reached the stairs. I was gonna have it so this was a door frame, and like letting things in, but it just wasn't working out and was flooding. I know that there's no like door frame panel right here, but I actually removed it just because it wasn't working. Down here we got another bar just for refreshments, and then over here we've got a lot more seating. I added these nice portholes using door panel edges, and then back here is the steering gear. Not really much detail on here. You can't actually open the door. I'm just going to no clip. Just the steering gear. This is directly attached to the rudder below here. And then there's the propellers. And out here is actually the after staircase on the deck. This is just over here near these other cowl vents. We've got some lights that can turn on and brighten up the place. Out here is just the boarding doors with another boarding gate. There's a crate out there. And then these are the coal bunkers. This is where you would load the coal. Probably before release, just as like a finishing touch, I'm probably going to add another like something like this here that would let coal go in. Over here is just some drainage holes for when water spills over the railing. Just so that it can drain out. More coal bunker hatches. And in here is forward seating with more lights. We've got another porthole here. This is a crew cabin, just a general crew cabin. We've got 2 in here, 2 in here. So this would be for 8 crew members. And the captain's cabin, which would be for 1 crew member. So there would be a total of, here, there's the first officer's cabin, much different from captain's. And then if we walk over here, there was a problem I had while building this. So I had glass panels as the armrests, but in order to have them there, their hitboxes would make this technically a 1x1 walkway, and players need a 3x3 fully walkthrough. So I had to remove them. I tried tinkering with it, but I couldn't find a solution. Here we got a crew only sign, because this is the cargo hold. A lot of empty space with a little cage around the cargo hold. Down here, we've got the ceiling like girders and stuff, more lights and beams. I changed the floor color, just more accurate than the gray. Over here is where the firemen would rest, and this is their like quarters. There would be 6 of them in total. And over here is their dining room, where the firemen would eat. In here, we've reached the main boiler room. If we open these hatches here, you'll see the light boiler thing, but you can just use the key in the bridge. Steam pressure, there are a couple of coal piles right here, and then these mineral ducts. Use some XML pipe pieces for the boiler supports. And then this ladder leads all the way up to the top. Over here we've got the same thing, another boiler, except with steam pipes coming out the back. And here we have the engine room. There's these engine telegraphs, an RPS meter. I have these very much geared down, so this doesn't really matter. And over here is the condenser, with the condenser pumps and all that. And yeah, that's basically everything. Hopefully I'm not running into anything here. Up here, one more thing. There is the compass binnacle. Over here we've got lifeboats. They're really easy to use. All you do is take these rope things, just click to hook them up. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Then you just click this, it detaches from the deck and swings out, and you lower it. And then there's a key on the inside here. I used my own lifeboat pack for this. I'm going to upload that to the workshop after I upload this, because I've had some problems with it. Over here we've got the one singular funnel. I didn't really base this off of anything except for an image I found on Google. I tried looking for it the other day, and I was unsuccessful. But this is the SS Lake Ontario. There's a lot more to it. I very briefly went over it. But yeah, I'm going to move on to what I changed since the last video. First of all, I added portholes. I already went over these, but another change since the last video. I added deck and navigation lights, and I changed all the lights into a subtle yellow, all of them including the inside. So as you can tell, they're actually a very, very subtle yellow. If I go into the night, then it looks quite nice. I'm also using opal shaders on this, so this isn't base game, I'm using a mod. I finished all the ceilings, which look very nice. I chose this subtle blue color. And I finished most of the interiors, but that has changed. Now all the interiors are done. Quite happy about that. I added the concession stands. I already talked about these. I added officers' quarters. We just went on a tour with those. I added the steering room. Already showed you that. I'm probably not going to keep it around. You can't even open the door to it. I finished the cargo hold. And tweaked the stairs. And I added lights to the engineering spaces. I also finished the inside of the bridge with all the controls. There's me in there. Another compass binnacle. I forgot to show that. And yeah, I also added more cowl vents. That's something I did 20 minutes before recording this. As of now, I do not have it uploaded to the workshop, but when the video comes out, it will be uploaded to the workshop and completely finished. And I'm ready for for you to download. Right now, there would probably be like a screenshot of the Steam page, and in the description there will be a link to the vehicle if you would like to download it. I spent a very long time on this, and I'm very happy for it to work. But one last thing, I want to talk about the statistics of this. So, it has a max speed of 9, almost sometimes 9.5 knots. It can carry, I think I did the math, 360 people with each individual seat, like each one of these with like the seat belt on it over there. It counts as one seat. So it was like 344 passengers, and I think it was 16 crew, which is pretty balanced and realistic. We've got a life-saving capacity for only 148 people. Now that might sound a little bit like, oh, there's not enough lifeboats for all on board, but I'm building this before the Titanic disaster, in the time period just before, where there wasn't really regulations for that. Realistically, there would probably be some, I guess, collapsible lifeboats placed underneath these lifeboats and more rafts. But I'm not going to release a version like that. And yeah, that's really about it. One thing about it, if you go into the settings here, you are going to need infinite fuel and infinite electric. Because I was lazy and didn't hook up any electrics on this. So if you have infinite electricity off, it don't work. So yeah, anywho, that's that done. Thanks for sticking around for the entire build series. I really appreciate it. Subscribe to my main channel, because this isn't the main thing I do. I usually build scale models on another channel with my friend Harrison. If you're interested in that, go subscribe to it. But yeah, that should be everything for this, for the SS Lake Ontario. Thanks for sticking around for the entire build series. I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.